very amazing because I am not a politician. So I was actually a doctor, and Navjot was a cricketer and a commentator and whatever. We are normal people. So we are not into politics to make it as a profession. We sacrificed everything to come into politics just because once we were with them, we saw the real politicians, and it is such a poor state. Any sane person can think about it, that all of us, we educate our children to the highest, and they have the highest degrees, and they leave us and go abroad. But the people who make the rules and who run the state are not educated, or are 4th class, 6th class, 8th class. Is it fair? And we people are also not demanding that postgraduates or the most brilliant people, when to become a doctor, it was so tough for me. I had to give an exam in which there were lakhs of people and there were 300 who were selected.
And a very simple question, because being a citizen of Punjab and also wife of Navjot Singh Sidhu, you feel sad that when all of a sudden a person who is chosen, they are saying that he is a poor man. So
he's a very rich man. he's a very, very rich man. His returns also show that, So it's not good to label him as poor. He has a huge house. He has a bank balance which is more than us. And so he's not a poor person. And it's not fair also, just, merit has to be counted. Otherwise the state will never prosper.
So you think that this was not a right choice taken by Rahul Gandhi and the party at that point of time? Because you said that you people have sacrificed everything for the Punjab. And all of a sudden, the person all of a sudden he came and he is being seen as the Chief Minister has been appointed by the party.
Throughout India, I say, rules have to be changed. People have to realize that people who are making rules, they are not so educated as they are making rules for the public who is much more educated. And there is competition in each and every field, might be engineering, might be medicine, might be any profession. It is so tough to reach the top. So why don't you choose the toppers to make rules for the state or for the country? Should education and your intelligence, that should be a point to consider, or should other things like your religion, caste and everything, which these days the youngsters don't even bother about what the caste is.
Everybody is talking about corruption-free politics. Even Navjot Singh Sidhu was talking about you should not choose a person with a taint because his nephew has already got the ED. Under ED scanner, he has been arrested. So you think that this was a right choice by the Rahul Gandhi to have a person whose nephew is already arrested and see the buck stops at his place also?
You actually, the only problem was that it was his nephew. You can't actually today vouch for your son, for your children also, what they are doing, because they are working separately. It matters if he is involved in that. Then it's bad. Maybe he is not involved in that now. You can't say unless it is proved. Because in politics I've seen so many things. I've seen false parchas. I've seen this Majithia. The case. I've read the case file, which was first leaked by the press. And since 2004, he's deeply involved into that drug scandal. And just imagine in Punjab, not even a single police officer dared to arrest him. No one even dared to put a FIR. There's so many FIRs, he's hiding them. But it is such a sad situation that in bulk they were caught. There were 4 factories which were burnt. The evidences were burnt. The bail was refused just because of the evidence which he gave to the judge but didn't give to the investigating agency. So that itself is a cause of concern.
Now, Youth Corps is known for straight talk.
Yeah.
She speaks hard.
Yeah.
So I'll be asking very straight and direct questions.
Yeah.
You feel hurt because Navjot Singh Sidhu was not considered, because you had been looking for a change. You said that we want a change, we have a Punjab model. You feel hurt that he is not considered for the post and it is challenging Singh Channi.
Actually, being on the spiritual path, we people I'm not mentioning about every religion must be teaching that, but in Sikhism we have been from childhood taught that what God does for you is the best for you. So it is very difficult to put us in a situation where we feel hurt, because our intentions are very, very clear. We want to save Punjab. We want to make it a golden state. We want brain drain not to happen. We want our children not to suffer, not to be on the drugs. They should be on the sporty side, on the education side. He's a sports person, a commentator. I'm a doctor. I want all my children to be doctors, engineers, and doing master's profession and staying in Punjab and working for
Punjab.
Punjab.
It would have been the right choice.
Yes, irrespective of, I'm not talking because, be very clear, I'm not saying that because he's my husband. I'm talking because as a person, he has that vision and he has that capacity and he has that honesty to work on that path, because the rules made by him are so harsh that to that extent that I was trying to stand for a MP seat. I was offered an MP seat, he refused. I was offered a Vidhan Sabha seat, he refused. That no doubling will happen in a family. Rules, I won't be breaking rules. He didn't let me be a chairman. He didn't let my son, who has studied from abroad, who's a topper, who has done his law from Delhi University, which is very, very tough. And they take only 15% from throughout India. 85% is from Delhi. So he works on a path of merit.
In such a situation, where you see that the merit is not being taken care of, you think that Navjot Singh Sidhu has any future in Congress?
He should, we are fighters and we should fight it out, because we have seen the world. I've traveled the world. God has blessed us with everything we could have asked for. Like, we are vegetarians, we are very, very simple people. 8 o'clock we lock the gates and we are a happy family with a family. So we have nothing else to do now. Experiencing everything, wealth doesn't matter beyond a certain extent. When you have a beautiful house and, good earnings for living, and your children are honest and on their own paths, I think beyond that you shouldn't ask for anything. You should, actually, we have been taught since childhood. It's in our Granth Sahib. It is written there. It is, literally embedded into our blood that we have to serve humanity. Being a doctor, I was like that. To serve humanity, to try our best to make Punjab better, to talk about truth, to talk truthfully, to be straightforward and not to be bored down by anything bad, and to work hard for people, thinking that they are
सवाल
yours.
आपसे हिंदी में पूछेंगे। चरणजीत सिंह चन्नी को गरीब आदमी बताया गया, गरीब के साथ कनेक्ट करता है। क्या आपको लगता है कि चरणजीत सिंह चन्नी गरीब आदमी है और ज्यादा बेटर कनेक्ट करेगा नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू से ज्यादा?
हमारे से ज्यादा अमीर है, हमारे से ज्यादा अमीर है। उसका घर देख लो, उसका पैसा देख लो, उसके रिटर्न देख लो, उसके पास हमारे से ज्यादा पैसे हैं। दैट शुड नॉट, मनी इज नो क्राइटेरिया फॉर मेकिंग अ पर्सन, at putting him at such a high position. I think only your particulars, your merit, your education, your work, your honesty, all these things should be counted.
मतलब नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू बेटर चॉइस थे?
Yes, irrespective of he being my husband. I would have never said if, he was not capable, because I know, I believe, and his model is so good that within 6 months, Punjab would have been out of this.
Rahul Gandhi was misled somewhere?
Yes.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
नमस्कार, मैं हूं मानक गुप्ता। अगर आपको हमारा ये वीडियो पसंद आया हो तो इसे लाइक और शेयर जरूर करें, और हाँ, हमें सब्सक्राइब और फॉलो करना ना भूलें, ताकि आप देश और दुनिया की कोई खबर मिस ना करें। तो जुड़े रहिए हमारे साथ और देखते रहिए News24।